What is Hot Ashes about? Well, it's about, spiritually speaking, doing the shadow work, about the tower moments that you have when the shit goes down, and then you're just trying to work through it. And every single person has their shadow side in them, and I'm letting mine to get on the surface and just let that part to say what she needs to say and heal through that. So it's about healing a heartache. It's about being openly able to communicate women's sexuality without men being invited in it directly. So this is me sorting out my shit, really. Yeah, I mean, it's about the breakup, and half of the album is about breakup, and the other half is about chasing my muse, whatever that means. And so the next album, I suppose, is going to be the healed part of Zara Davis, but that would be too boring anyway. The best album of all times? Well, definitely The Dark Side of the Moon, Pink Floyd. From the start to the finish, a masterpiece. Well, I was a poet before I was a musician. If I can even call myself a musician, I still think of myself as a poet, really, because when I was 17, no, I started writing poetry when I was 6, yeah, and then when I was 17, I released my first poetry collection back in Czech Republic, which was really decadent, and I was using like an old Czech language, and I'm not really proud of it right now. But then I had like a 7 years gap that I didn't write at all, and now I got back into it and I just put music behind it, and that's what Hot Ashes is about. So that's probably why, because I don't have musical background as such. I mean, I've been always playing instrumental, I've been always really keen to create music or art in general, but I don't have the knowledge in that. But poetry is something that I knew how to do before I even dared to speak out. Well, I was always into decadent art and finding beauty in the ugly. So David Lynch is embodiment of that for me, or Jan Švankmajer, from the Czech artist anyway. So that's just something that is really close to my heart, and you know, when I go create, I find satisfaction in the ugly stuff. Oh my, it's not very traditional because I grew up listening to Eminem when I was 9 years old. I wanted to be a rapper. and then I started listening to classical music, so it was Ludwig van Beethoven that was shaping me a lot. And then obviously the classical indie rock era started as well. So the Cooks, the Arctic Monkeys, Courtney Barnett. I remember that throughout my teenage years I had only 3 favorite songs, and it started with Arctic Monkeys, 505, Courtney Barnett, Out of the Woodwork, and the third one was Polkov, My Sweet Oblivion. My current most listened song on Spotify, it must be Today by Jefferson Airplane. Today I feel like pleasing you more than before, but it always makes me cry. I mean, it makes me really emotional for some reason. I mean, that song is not my regular song. I usually sing about my passions, sex, desires, whatever, but that one is really existential, and that has to do with me studying theoretical physics. And I wanted to work in a whatever space agency in a planetary defense against asteroids. So I am essentially talking about the strike with the Earth and annihilating the population. But in general, it's about speaking about people destroying the environment and the Earth, and that's why it's called No Tomorrow, because we will never. Yeah, we are heading in the rate that everything is going. I don't know what to say. I mean, no tomorrow, in all tomorrows that the world may never see again.